Yes, I think we are on. Welcome to The Merchant of Venice, our first problem play. We have to do at least one problem play. Now, this is the first time I've done this online video thing, so it's going to be rather rough. But let's just start with Act 1, Scene 1, and we'll take it from there. This is on page 43. You recognize the setting? We're back in Venice, as we were in Othello. You probably know by now that Shakespeare loved Italy. Italy was sort of, in the Shakespeare's time period, the epicenter of European culture. Not so much, certainly London, England was more of a sort of a backwater compared to Italy. That's where the Renaissance took place. So, we're back in Venice. Venice, of course, was a city-state. One of the most powerful ports. Everything came and went from Venice. We are dealing with nobles here, upper-class Venetians, and we have in Act 1, Scene 1, Antonio, Salarino, and Solanio. And they are talking about the problem of depression. The word depression did not exist in Shakespeare's day, but clearly they're talking about depression. We understand depression, clinical depression, has been a sort of a sadness that cannot be linked to a specific cause. You're not depressed if you break up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. That's not considered depression. Depression is more of a sort of a state of being where you cannot figure out why. And it goes on and on, it lingers on and on. Of course, without Prozac, you just had to write great things about it. So, Antonio starts off saying, "In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you. But how I found it, caught it, or came by it, what stuff 'tis made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. And such a want with sadness makes of me, that I have much ado to know myself. I'm sad, I have no idea why I'm sad." So his two friends are trying to diagnose this for him, and so Salarino says, "Well, it's probably financial problems. Your mind is tossing on the ocean, there where your argosies with portly sail, like signors and rich burghers on the flood, or as it were the pageants of the sea, do overpeer the petty traffickers that curtsy to them, do them reverence as they fly by them with their woven wings. All of your money, Antonio, is in your ships out on the ocean. They haven't returned yet. You are worried. Financial ruin could be in your future." Solanio agrees. He said, "Yes, essentially, I'd be sad too if all my money was out there on the ocean. Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, such risky investment, the better part of my affections, my emotions, would be with my hopes abroad. I should be still plucking the grass to know where sits the wind, peering in maps for ports and piers and roads, and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures out of doubt would make me sad." They go on and on. He's sad because of financial reasons. But Antonio shuts them down in line 40 on page 45. "No," he says, "wrong reason. Believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures, my money, are not in one bottom trusted, not in one ship's hull trusted, nor to one place. Don't put all your money in one stock. Nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad." Well, if it's not money, then it must be love. Solanio: "Why, then you are in love." "Aye, says Antonio. "Not in love, neither?" "Then let us say you are sad because you are not merry. That's a good reason. And 'twere as easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are merry because you are not sad. Now, by two-headed Janus, nature hath framed strange fellows in her time, some that will evermore peep through their eyes and laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, and other of such vinegar aspect that they'll not show their teeth in way of smile, though Nestor swear the jest be laughable. So, it's not financial, it's not love. Well, you must be sad because you are not merry. At this point, two other, notice by the way, they are all speaking in iambic pentameter, the heightened language of the court. Enter Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Gratiano, three more nobles. And Solanio says, probably sarcastically, line 58, well, here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman. Gratiano and Lorenzo, fare you well. We will leave you now with better company. And that could be acted out various ways. Salarino says, well, I would have stayed till I had made you merry, if worthier friends had not prevented me. Antonio says, your worth is very dear in my regard. I take it your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart. So, Antonio could say that to show that he's being hurt or offended by this, or could just be sarcastically. There's many ways of playing out those emotions. Shakespeare gives us no emotional stage directions here. Page 49, Gratiano comes in and says, basically, snap out of it. Be happy. Okay. Line 79. Let me play the fool. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come, and let my liver rather heat with wine than my cool heart with mortifying groans. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster, sleep when he wakes, and creep into the jaundice of by being peevish? Peevish, footnote 5, is irritable. I tell you what, Antonio, I love thee. It is my love that speaks. There are a sort of men whose visages, whose faces, do cream and mantle like a standing pond, and do a wilful stillness entertain with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, as one should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I ope my lips, let no dog bark. Oh, my Antonio, I do know of these that therefore are only reputed wise, for saying nothing, when I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fools. I'll tell thee more of this another time. But fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool gudgeon, this opinion. Come, good Lorenzo, fare ye well. I'll end my exhortation after dinner. We all have friends who just tell us to get over it, man. Just stop feeling sad. Well, Bassanio says in line 115, Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day before you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth search. Antonio, well, tell me now what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage. So here we're beginning the one of the greatest friendships in any Shakespearean plays, the friendship between Bassanio and Antonio. Some critics have surmised that it could be that Antonio feels more than just friendship towards Bassanio. I'm sure there have been performances with perhaps a little bit of a sort of a homoerotic element here. Whether or not Shakespeare had that in mind, I think we often misinterpret the deep intimacy between men in ancient literature for being homoerotic. Maybe it was, but I don't think we can automatically assume that. But clearly they had a very deep relationship and would do absolutely anything for each other. Should we say, well, put this way, Bassanio, of course, is going to be marrying Portia, and that Bassanio and Portia is one of the great relationships, one of the more mature relationships that we'll end up seeing in Shakespeare. By the way, the main character in this play is not the Merchant of Venice, it is Portia. Portia has often been called Shakespeare's most intelligent woman. She is the main character here. She is arguably the what's the word I'm looking for? The chief. I can't remember the word. Chief character, whatever. But their relationship is it's wonderful, compelling, so much more mature than Desdemona and Othello, or Romeo and Juliet, or any of the characters that we saw in Love Labour's Lost. This is, I think, and many critics will agree with me, the relationship between Bassanio and Ophelia is a beautiful, intelligent relationship. But it's a relationship where Portia holds the strings. Portia has far more intelligence, really, than Bassanio, as Juliet had more intelligence than Romeo. About this. So, Antonio asks about Bassanio's relationship in line 119. Well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of? Bassanio answers, "'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate." In other words, I'm bust, I'm bankrupt. Page 53, "By something showing a more swelling port than my faint means would grant continuance. Nor do I now make moan to be abridged from such a noble rate, but my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts wherein my time, something too prodigal, hath left me gauged. To you, Antonio, I owe the most in money and in love, and from your love I have a warranty, or authorization, to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe. Can't marry when you're in debt. Today maybe, but back in the day, no. Marriage was a financial arrangement. You can't get into it unless you have the financial means." Antonio says to him, basically in the last two lines of his speech there, line 138 to 9, "My purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions." Highlight that, because we'll see how far he takes that. The pound of flesh. You heard of the pound of flesh. That's what he ends up offering. So Bassanio tells the story of Portia. Page 55. Antonio responds. Bassanio picks it up again in line 160. He says, "In Belmont," this is talking about Portia, "in Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia, nothing undervalued, to Cato's daughter, Brutus's Portia. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. Now the four winds blow in from every coast. Renowned suitors and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, which makes her seat to Belmont Colchis' strand. And many Jasons come in quest of her. Jasons, many men. Gigolos, And my Antonio, had I but the means, the money, to hold a rival place with one of them, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate." So, I love this woman, but she has suitor after suitor, rich suitors coming to offer their hand in marriage. And Antonio says, in response, basically, "Everything I have is yours, but my money is still out there on the oceans. If that comes in, whatever you need, I will do for you." Line 57, "Go presently inquire, and so will I, where money is, my money. And I no question make, to have it of my trust or for my sake." Antonio will give anything to Bassanio. He loves Bassanio deeply. He'll give all his money. And as I said, he'll even offer up a pound of his flesh. Yes, we will find out what that is.